22 years ago that Oliver Stone introduced us to the classic character Gordon Gekko in the film Wall Street. Well, now Gordon Gekko is back, and 22 years after introducing us to the phrase greed is good, how does he feel about greed now? We're going to find out as a special screening of Wall Street Money Never Sleeps happens right here in Cannes in the next couple of days, and we're thrilled to have the cast and director of that movie with us, Michael Douglas, Shia LaBeouf, Carey Mulligan, director Oliver Stone, Frank Langella, and Josh Brolin. A mouthful. Guys, ladies, nice to have you all here.
Nice to be here, man.
And thank you for letting us shoot this in your hotel suite. This is really, really nice.
By the way, nice socks, man.
Thank you very much. Frank as well.
We're the only guys without socks.
Exactly. Frank, I mean, no, Oliver, let's start with you. Okay, 22 years ago was a huge... No, let's do it. None of you may get a word in after this. 22 years ago, it was a huge hit, the movie, but some say you felt maybe you missed your mark with the message. Instead of casting a light on the greed of Wall Street, it served in some ways as a recruiting film for young people. They wanted to emulate this guy right here. So making this movie, did you approach it differently?
No. Frankly, we took another... Yeah, we did. Michael Douglas is broke in the movie. He comes out of jail broke, so he has to work his way back up into the system. He uses Shia, who's a young trader with integrity, to get there. Shia is engaged to his daughter, Carey Mulligan.
Gordon Gekko's daughter, right?
Gordon Gekko.
Oh, it's just don't tell the ending, all right?
You only got 4 years You only got a few minutes.
So that's sort of where it goes. And it's a different ballgame because he's got to get back inside. And how he does it is very interesting.
Well, the movie starts with your character getting out of prison. What has he learned in 8 years behind bars? about the financial system. This is a morning show.
I mean, first of all, you can't make message movies. All right, this is. The first one worked because it was dramatic and it was also about characters. What blew my mind about this one is how much the personal relationships, the familial relationships work. Carey plays my daughter. Shia is her boyfriend. Frank is sort of the good aspects of Wall Street. Josh, the not so good aspects.
Well, it seemed to me in the first movie you had to create a villain, and you created him. And now the villain has almost been created for you in this movie based on what we see in the headlines every day and what we see sitting testifying before Senate committees. Did that make it easier, do you think, for everyone?
No, that's the framework. I mean, we still had to create a story, a narrative with 5 actors who are playing very complex parts, and they're interacting all with each other. Everybody, basically, on this couch betrays everybody else at one point or another in the movie.
As they're about to betray each other right now.
Yeah.
And I don't think Frank is so good a guy. Actually, he's playing a guy who's like a bit like the Lehman Brothers guy, a bit.
I was going to say he's not all that. You're the guy who created the system and then was devoured by the system in many ways.
I'm the guy who's eaten up by the new breed, but I don't think my character necessarily wasn't the son of a bitch.
You know what? You just did.
I did.
Yeah.
And Josh is not all bad. Josh is not all bad. He's very attractive.
Josh is all bad.
Carey, your character introduces us to a side of Gordon we haven't seen. It's the family side. Also, you are, I think, in some ways, the conscience of this movie in terms of, and you also probably, Shia. How did you feel about going to this subject matter after the success of Wall Street 22 years ago? Did you have any trepidations about it?
No, I mean, it was made the year I was born, so I mean, it wasn't something...
How's that make you feel?
That's pretty depressing.
No, I did see it. Of course I saw it. Of course I saw it. But no, I didn't feel it. I felt like it was just a different story. And we were revisiting a really amazing character, so I was excited to be in the family.
And Shia, you said you hung out with some traders getting ready for this, and this is a wild group.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I felt heavy pressure walking into this. This cast is pretty heavy, It's a bunch of heavy hitters, and I remember coming in the room, not fat.
I've lost 30 pounds.
You know what I mean? So for me, it was big. It's like playing with the All-Star team. So the only way I could feel comfortable in the rooms was to know more than everybody else. And I tried. I don't know if I did, but I tried.
No, he started trading himself, working with some guys, trading himself. He did very well. Thank you very much.
Didn't you have a trading company also?
I did, and we failed miserably. No, we did well. We did well. Even after September 08, we did okay. We got the little jumps. We never went for the big win. We got the little jumps. And then I started working more, so I didn't need it.
You should ask Shia how much he made, too.
Oh yeah, he made a lot of money. He went
me
in.
and Brolin, you know, he's almost for a portion of the movie he's my adversary.
Right.
And so we were trading P&L. I mean, it was.
Oh Jesus, sorry.
You know, we were both trading at the same time. So we would send each other our makes and losses, you know, and then we would talk about it on the set all the time, and it was always coming up. Oliver was always on me, you know, he was always on me because I didn't really read the.
Said something new.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I wasn't reading the Wall Street Journal often, and then I was reading.
But you were hanging out with Thomas Belisis. You were hanging out with the big hitters.
Yeah. I mean, we had a couple of guys like John Thomas Financial, all the guys that were working there, and I went to Schottenfeld.
Schottenheimer.
Well, those guys, like while I was training with them, I wound up going inside for insider trading while I was, you know, with them.
Right. I was thinking about this. You know, we're sitting here. We're going to promote this movie now, and then when it comes out again in September, there'll be a lot of promotion for it. You guys will do that. But in some ways, isn't the promotion going to happen in the newspaper every day? I mean, that's really what's going to promote this movie based on what's happening in real life.
It's wild.
If we'd come out last week, we would have been. We have a company that shorts the market like Goldman did. So we were right on the news, but we're not making a news picture. We're not tied to that. We really want to make a movie that's going to last through time, way beyond this crisis. You know, it's bigger than just this moment. It's a story of people, human beings. People are interested in human beings. They're not interested in stock market prices. This is a crisis, yes, major heart attack, but these people take you into another realm beyond it. It's really a drama.
Well, I was knocked out on the relationships. The relationships between. No, I'm sorry, Frank.
Yeah. I said before the interview to these guys, in the commercial break, I said, don't be afraid to jump in on each other. What a mistake I made, apparently.
You said, don't be afraid to jump on each other.
Josh Brolin, Frank Langella, Oliver Stone, Carey Mulligan, Shia LaBeouf, Michael Douglas. Guys, good luck. Have fun in Cannes. It's nice of you to visit with me this morning. I appreciate it.